All right, guys, welcome to the Corner Store Podcast. You know that podcast when you're like hanging out. This guy's, he's already choking. The podcast when you hang out at the corner store. You know what I'm talking about. You hang out at the corner. You see those guys hanging out at the corner store and under the no loitering sign, drinking, talking all day. This is that type of podcast. And today I got this dude, funny dude, making waves, doing his thing. Comedian Mike Murphy is with us today. Yeah.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited out here for a Super Bowl weekend. Got a show tonight. So
Okay. Where's the show at?
It's at Lolo's in Phoenix.
Okay.
Chicken and waffle spot. We in the hood doing it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stay grounded, bro.
I knew it was hood. You said chicken and waffles.
Yeah, that's a given.
You're not gonna see chicken and waffles. Where is it?
Like chicken and waffles. Well, what kind of establishment?
Yeah. Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills. Chicken and waffles. Yeah, it's on Beverly Hills. Nah. You said chicken and waffles. I already knew. Dope, man. All right, man. So when we met at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
And you told me you was from Pittsburgh. I was from Florida. Both moving out there to pursue comedy, which is not easy, people. So you got to give your hats off to anyone who's willing to move across country to pursue comedy.
Yeah.
So tell me, who is comedian Mike Murphy? When did you first start doing comedy?
So technically, stand up 2012.
Okay.
I've been class clown, funny, always cracking jokes, whatever.
Yeah.
But I started doing comedy in 2012 off of a bet, like a kind of, joking around on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I made a post because I used to write a blog with my friend. He did music reviews, and I just did like basically how we do videos now.
Yeah.
I was making those. I was writing the blog out, and people would read them, and they were hilarious. So they were like, "Yo, you fun." It got to the point where that Thursday, every day at 1:00, like every week, they were like, "Yo, where's the blog out? Like it ain't out yet." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm waiting on my man to drop it." Like, and so I kind of got the genius idea. Like, what if I did stand up? I love stand up, but I didn't grow up in a family where that was like something they would be like, yeah, pursue that. They're like, get a real job, go to the army, stuff like that. So that wasn't something I thought was even possible. So I got on Twitter and was like, yo, if I did stand up at the Improv, who would all come? And like 60 people was like, we there, we pulling up. You ain't gonna do it.
This is in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
2012.
Okay, random people or people you knew?
I mean, people I knew from Twitter.
Knew you from Twitter.
Black Twitter from Pittsburgh. There's a Black Twitter in every city. It was like Black Twitter. And I put it up, and it was cast that was like, bro, I don't even really like you because you always on here talking shit, but I want to come see you so I can either laugh or laugh at you for failing. I'm like, nah, but I'm competitive. I'm like, you niggas got me fucked up. What you talking about fail? I'm like, bet. So I reached out, emailed the Improv. What do I got to do? Was the open mic? You made details. Dude hit me right back. I mean, that felt like the email went to his phone. Like, he right back.
For the open mic?
Yeah, for the open mic. Like, this is what you got to do. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
I ain't have no jokes. I ain't have nothing. I was like, I'm ready. And he was like, all right, it's the next one. I can't get you on this one. So the next one is this day. Basically gave me like 6 weeks to do it. Because the other one was in like 2 weeks, but it was already booked. So they only have one once a month.
Yeah.
That's how Pittsburgh's a small city. So they only have it once a month. He's like, you can get on the next one. I was like, I'm ready. He's like, all right, you got 6 weeks. I'm like, bet. So I just started like thinking about stuff. I started studying.
Did you watch stand up?
Yeah, I always watch stand up, but I started like studying it now, not from a fan point of view.
Okay.
Like I started to watch it, like let me see
their mannerisms,
what he did to get a laugh, or is there something like callbacks? I didn't know what none of this stuff was called, but I was like, oh, he said that earlier, and it was funny because he brought it back up, and I'll write that down, like say to bring something back up from the beginning. Like I didn't know it's called a callback.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or I didn't know, like the thing in comedy is like the misdirection. You think they're gonna go one way and you say something else. That's super funny. I was like, I don't know what that's called, but I got to put some of that in there.
Yeah.
So I wrote down notes, like bullet points of things I wanted to add, and then I just started writing out stories about my life that I thought was funny. And I was like, let me write it as a joke with these things in it. And you get 6 minutes at the Improv.
Okay.
And I wrote exactly 6 minutes. Like when I practiced it on my phone, it was like 5 minutes, 59 seconds. I'm like, oh, we good. You know, with the laugh, you're over the. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. I should have wrote for like 4 minutes or something. You know what I mean? And stretched it a little bit. And they cut a light on it. Like when your time's up, mic off, music on.
Yeah.
That's it. When once your time's up. So right as I was getting to the punchline,
don't tell me.
Give it up. I was like, but they was like, yeah, it was going crazy. I'm like, oh, this is me. I'm like, I found, and everybody was on Twitter. I got the tweet still. I saved them because I'm like narcissistic. Like,
Okay.
keep them in my phone. Like, yeah, you killed her last night. You the funniest. You next up. I'm like, yeah, save, screenshot. Y'all not fucking with me. Yeah, y'all niggas was on here talking about I ain't funny. Fuck out of here. You see what it is. Like, I was way
you
too,
was hyped
and
up.
I'm in my environment. So it ain't like in LA where you think you kill and then someone like Tony Rock it up and just murder. And you're like,
Yeah.
shit, I got work to do. I was in Pittsburgh like, none of y'all fucking with me. That's how I felt. I was
Okay.
too cocky.
Okay.
And so I was like, I'm there.
So you just started doing it around Pittsburgh or
Yeah,
just
and
everywhere else?
And the dude, his name is T Robe. I actually just did a show with him. He tours with Gary O, and that's who put me on the stage.
Okay.
I'm still friends with him. He was like, when I got on stage, he's like, ain't no way that was your first time. I was like, swear to God, I never did this before. He was like, yo, you got a natural talent. Don't stop. I'm like, all right, bro. Good luck. And
Okay.
then that was it. I started getting booked for shows. First
Around
person
Pittsburgh?
I ever,
Okay.
first person I ever opened for in Pittsburgh was Alex Thomas.
Oh, okay.
And we got a picture together, and I remember asking him for advice. We was drunk as hell in the VIP. It was at like a nightclub.
He probably told you something crazy.
No, it was good
really?
advice.
Okay.
But it was like at a nightclub, so we were downstairs, and the club is upstairs. But the downstairs is like a brunch and lounge kind of. Still like niggas is drinking, talking. They're not there for comedy. And I had to open up for him, and I did okay, but people ain't paying attention. I didn't know how to do that. I was new. I was like 3 months in the game. He went up, killed, because he knew what to do.
Yeah, he know what he's doing.
I asked him for advice. He was like, yo, who you with? I was like, my people's like, come to my section. Bring the bottles. You with me? I'm like, all right. Asked him for advice. He was like, bro, how long you been doing this? Like 3 months. He's like, oh shit, you good, because that's not an ideal audience. He's like, I don't know if you know that, but no one wants to do an audience like that. We want to do a comedy club, like where people are there for comedy.
Yeah, he's right too.
For socializing.
Yeah.
He's like, any place there's a bar in the same room as the jokes is not a good place to do comedy.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. He was like, but what you did was pretty good, man. He's like, and you learn that as you grow. I'm like, bet. Fast forward, I'm out here now. Me and him just casually talking to the Laugh Factory. I was like, let me show you something. I pull out my phone and go to the picture of me and him and VIP talking. He's like, what? I'm like, bro, I opened for you at Savoy. He was like, get the fuck out. It was like a full circle moment because that was the first celeb that I ever opened for.
Okay.
And I seen him. And of course, I know he don't remember.
Yeah, he don't remember.
But I remember him. And then I opened for Special K that used to do the Ricky Smiley morning show.
Okay, I remember that guy.
I did him. I opened for him one time, and that was a situation I got thrown in the fire. It was like a horribly thrown planned event. My boy did it and booked me on. I didn't even get paid. I was just happy to get stage time.
Okay.
The dude T Robe was the host, but I was on stage and I'm like thinking I'm about to come down because the headliner's there,
Mm-hmm.
and dude's like, "Oh, keep going." I had to do like 40 minutes.
They made you do 40 minutes?
I was just up there just this. Yeah, what y'all think about this riffing? Because I only had probably like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And
No,
dude
40
was
minutes is
running late.
a long
And
time.
they're just like, no, just keep going. Like, I seem like, keep going. I'm like, what the fuck you mean keep going, bro? I only got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I finally seen him like give me the thumbs up. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I got off the thing. He was like, yo, you saved it. I'm like, bruh. Don't ever do no shit like that, bro.
You were sweating bullets to do
Fuck
that.
it.
Yeah, cause did they get close to doing anything crazy or booing?
No, I was just like talking
Talking to him.
yeah,
Okay.
Oh man, nigga, you wore them shoes out, man. Them shits is crazy. I just started ripping and then
Yeah.
And then somebody would say something like, I know you ain't talking, bro. Hey yo, you look like y'all remember this? And just started just like socializing. But it was so funny because I'm naturally good at that. That it carried the
show.
I didn't have no material at all. After
Okay.
10 minutes, it was no material after that. It was just crowd work for 30 minutes.
So tell me this. Let me ask you this. So you're doing comedy around Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it. What made you decide to like say fuck it? I'm going to Los Angeles or New York. Did you like think about either going to like LA or New York or Chicago? Or you just said it was just LA?
No, so it was funny is I told you I started in 2012.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is not really a good city for comedy.
Yeah.
2012 to 14, I probably had a mic in my hand on stage, including open mics and shows 15 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't doing a lot, not because I was just not putting the work in. It's not no chance, like no opportunities. So I kind of just stopped in 2014. Like, man, this shit's whack. I got a house, got engaged, the dog, the picket fence, like
Okay.
had the life. I was living in a big, all that, just living like a regular, Joe Schmo.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2019, I met some dude.
2019. Okay.
Like May of 2019, I met some dude at my daughter's soccer practice. He's like talking to me like, yo, bro, we the only two black people at the thing. So we live in the suburbs and shit. It's like all these white people. So it's just, man, him on like some get out shit. Like, bro, we gotta stick together. So he hands me a flyer. I'm putting a comedy show on. You should come. And I'm like,
dope.
oh, okay, this is dope. It was DC Young Fly headlining, Ryan Davis featuring. And I was like, oh, I used to do comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, from North Carolina.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, I used to do comedy, man. I love that shit. He was like, oh, you want to open the show? I'm still looking for an opener. I'm like, nah, I ain't did comedy in 5 years. It's been 5 years
since you did the Pittsburgh thing. Okay.
He's like, you gotta give me your phone number. I get my number. He's like, you got anything on YouTube? I sent him something from when I first started. Like, man, that's old. I don't know. He texts me like, yo, you got 10 minutes. You funny as hell. Blah, blah. And when I look at that video now, I cringe how terrible
it was. Yeah.
But I was doing good to them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was like, you're booked. I'm like, whatever. The day that, like 2 days before the show, he was like, yeah, I got 5 comp tickets for you. This is the details. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Hurry up and roast some material. Like some Trump, like Trump had just order McDonald's and all that shit for them.
I remember that. That's
the football team, the one, and he's like, "This is fine American food." I talked about that. Like, man, this thing. I seen people sell plates on Instagram. And it was better than that. Like, that was like one of the jokes. And then I opened up for DC and Ryan. And when I got off stage, my man T. Robe again was there.
Okay.
He knows Ryan, so he came to the show. He's like, "Where the fuck you been at? I ain't seen you in 5 years. Like, how long?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's been 5 years, bro."
Yeah.
I was like, "How did you get booked for this?" I'm like, "I don't know. Just randomly met some dude at soccer practice." He's like, "What?" And he's like, "How did you killed that shit?" I'm like, "Oh, I appreciate it." And at that moment, I was like, "Yo, this is what I'm supposed to be doing."
Oh, that's when you felt it?
Yeah, a month later, I was like, I'm moving to LA. The only reason I didn't pick New York is because LA I knew could do acting. I want to do that too.
Okay.
And I said, if I got to go live somewhere where I got to be poor pretty much and not live like a king where I'm at, I don't want to be in cold weather.
Yeah.
New York got the same weather as Pittsburgh. I was like, I'm going to the beach.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I wanted to give up, that ain't no just come right back home. I got a kid.
Yeah.
It cost me like $6,000 to get there.
Yeah. No, it's
like,
LA.
I don't just got $6,000 and just go. I don't like this. In New York, I could be home the same day.
That's
5
true.
hours.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's like from Phoenix to LA. I can get home faster than that.
Okay.
And be like, oh, this ain't for me. I'm going back home.
But out there, you kind of like, it's it. You
It's
like
kinda,
the boats are burnt.
You pull your safety. Yeah. You burn the boat. You know, you burn the boats.
Okay.
And so I just said, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I went to LA.
You went to LA. All right. You went out there and then.
And I moved 5 months after I said that. I said, I'm going to give myself a year.
So you packed up everything? You sold everything?
Everything. My house, my business. I had 2 motorcycles.
I think you told
Everything. I sold everything.
You sold your business too?
Yeah, my business. I had a trucking business.
Yeah, you did.
I sold it. And it all lined up, man. It was like the perfect, like the truck that I was trying to sell. I didn't even list it. I had just told one dude about, like, I think I'm selling this. I don't know. I'm leaving a comedy show, and my sister calls me. She was like, yeah, this dude I talked to, he want to buy your truck. I'm like, what? How you even know I'm selling it? She was like, well, somebody told him, and he was talking about it. And when I seen the truck, I was like, oh, that's my brother's truck. He's going to call you in the morning. Dude came the next morning, and I was like, yo, this is how much I want for it. He was like, oh, you want to drive it? He was like, nah, I'm good. He's a street dude.
Oh, okay.
He was like, nah, I'm good. I was like, oh, what you want to do? He's like, yo, I'll hit you at 6. I'm like, all right. Dude came with a garbage bag of cash.
Oh, damn.
And just handed it to me in my window like, yo, whenever you pay it off, just let me know. I'll get the keys and stuff off. You just hit my line, bro. And left. Like, we didn't transfer the title of that truck for like almost a year because of COVID, because he lived somewhere else. But he didn't give a fuck. Like, he just gave me a trash bag full of money and
just left.
And was like, just hit my line whenever you get it all taken care of. I was like, bro, I can't put this in my bank. Like, you know,
they be waiting for you outside.
Like, bro, you know it's gonna happen. Like, I gotta, you know what I mean? He was like, it's whatever, bro. I got you. I ain't in no rush.
Okay.
Like, all right, so that happened perfectly because I didn't even list it. You know, that was
for sale.
So I sold that. The other truck was a pickup truck, but I brought it out here and then traded in. The motorcycles, my boy was like, yeah, I'll take that off your hands. I need that.
Okay.
I'm like, bet, sold that. The house sold like that. 10 days on the market, sold. Got cashed out.
And you
crazy
packed up
too.
everything. You came out to Los Angeles.
Came out to me and my daughter.
You and your daughter.
Yeah, she was 10 at the time.
Okay, how did she feel about it?
Man, she was excited.
I'm sure.
Like, we're going to the beach. There's Teslas out there. That's all she cared about was the beach and seeing Teslas. You know, it was like that novelty when you first get there. Oh, Tesla. I said, that's going to wear off in about a month.
Yeah,
this is the place with the most Teslas ever. She was like, oh, no, I love them. A month later, she's like, I see them all the time. I was like, yeah.
Now she's like, okay.
Yeah, but she's doing good out here.
So you came out there, and then like, what was your like course of plan? Because like when I first went out to LA, it was like which comedy club to hit up first, which people, which open mics. What's the first thing you do? Because moving out there, I'm assuming you didn't really know anybody. It's just you.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you want to do comedy, and you already know everybody from around the country moved to LA or New York. Like the funniest person in Seattle might be in LA for all you know. So every show you go on, you gotta kill because you don't know who came from where, who knows who, and who's just gonna put their best foot forward. So what's some of the first places you hit up? Because I know for me, I tried the easy places first. I don't want to call out comedy clubs the easy.
You don't have to say the name, but what do you consider easy?
The easiest ones to get stage time.
Oh, like places that aren't that popular.
Places that aren't that popular, or places that are putting up people that may not be
good,
may not be really good.
They're just trying to get a show.
Yeah, they're just trying to put people on shows because they know those people will bring friends.
Oh yeah, like
so they'll put like 15 comedians on a show.
3 people and then
15 comedians, 5 minutes each, and all these 15 people bring 3 people, then that's a full.
And then they get a house.
Yeah. Okay. And then you got one comedian, like, I don't know, pulling balloons out of his pants, and it's like, I can't invite people to that.
So I was a little bit more fortunate than I guess most people.
Okay.
Because I had came to LA for the first time ever in my life in October of 2019
for
a wedding.
Okay.
It was actually in San Diego, but the dude who was getting married was like, bro, I ain't even gonna be able to talk to you for like the first 2 days because I'm gonna be hanging with wifey. Like he works overseas, so he's like, we catching up. And I was like, well, I'm not staying in San Diego. I'm going to LA. Like I landed in San Diego and drove right to LA. Like, bro, I'm getting a room up there. Ain't nothing to do in San Diego. So I was here for Saturday and a Sunday, and I just looked up the Laugh Factory because at some point in my life I felt like that was like the best comedy club in the country. Some people think it's the Comedy Store. Some people think it's the Cellar in New York. But like for me, when I seen the Laugh Factory, I just felt like that was the one that I wanted to be like my home. You know what I mean? So I looked up on their website and seen they had a show. It was Chocolate Sundays. I didn't know nothing about Chocolate Sundays. So when you buy the tickets, if you pay for a VIP package, you write your name and stuff. They give you a Chocolate Sundays T-shirt and they shout you out.
Oh damn!
So me, I'm always thinking. I said I'm gonna write comedian White Mike. So like maybe the host will be like, "Oh, you think you funny? Come up here and do 3 minutes." You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to plan. Yeah. I'm trying every angle. Any fucking angle I'm taking, I'm gonna write that.
Nah, shit, I feel you on that
because a closed mouth don't get fed. So I wrote that or whatever. Yeah. I sat right foot on the stage in front of the host. You know what I'm saying? It was Ron G. So he's doing the show. And then he's like, "Oh, we got a couple shout outs. White Mike, where you at?" And I was like, "Right here." He was like, "You ain't white." I was like, "Nah, yeah." Everybody started laughing like, "Oh," and he got on me. It was funny. Yeah. And then there's a comedian who is white from Atlanta named Nima Williams.
I know Nima.
And he was on the show and he came out. He was like, "You ain't the only white. I'm white too." And everybody that came on after that, I was the because guy. You know how comedy shows. So once they pick on one person, you become the thing.
What's that black dude that said you like?
So it was all everybody was like, and I was like, "Yo, this is home." And then after the show, I seen Ron. I was like, "Yo, what do I got to do to get on this stage? I'm moving out here in a couple of months." And I guess a lot of people say that. He was like, "Man, they got an open mic on Tuesday. You can come up here for that if you want." He was like, "But if you move out here, find me and hit me up." Like one of those probably like a lot of people come up to him and bother him. I was like, "All right, I'm gonna remember you said that." He was like, "All right, whatever." So as soon as I moved out here, I went right to the Laugh Factory on Chocolate Sundays. The first damn near Kevin Hart drops in. He's like, "This is the first time I've been on stage since the car accident."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yo, this is
where I would need to be.
This is it. Like this would never happen in Pittsburgh." It was like God was like,
I think I was there that night.
I'm like, it was France.
Okay.
Nate Jackson got bumped, and one other person got bumped because Kevin Hart showed up. And I remember he did this. Like this is the first time I'm on stage, and he did the material that he ended up using for the Netflix special that he shot at his house during the pandemic. He was doing that material, and I remember thinking like, "Yo, God is telling me that you in the right spot." I see Ron after the show like, "Yo, remember I told you?" And he was like, "White Mike." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here. I live here." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's dope." Just dapped me up. That was kind of it, but it wasn't being rude. It was just like, "What you want?" You got to figure your way out. So
you got to figure it out. But I felt
like that was home.
It's like playing chess almost. It's a strategy to it.
It's a strategy. And I was like, well, at least he knows I'm serious. I was like, I felt like the Laugh Factory was home. So all I kept doing was going to the Laugh Factory. But then the Ha-Ha had open mics. So I was going to the Ha-Ha every single night and doing mics every night. And that's how I got booked for my first show at the Ha-Ha was from the open mic. Dude saw me like, "Yo, you funny as hell. I want to put you on the show I'm host like that I'm putting together." I was like, "Bet."
Okay.
And that's how I got booked on the first one. Then I used to go to the Comedy Union because someone told me that was popping.
I remember the Comedy Union.
And Tahir would see me every week, and he was like, "Yo, bro, you a comedian?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You been paying to get in here?" I'm like, "Yeah." Why? He's like, "Nah." Walks me up to the door, man. He's like, "Yo, he's a comic, man. He come back to the green room with us." Now I ain't know nobody. I ain't want to be like, "Yo, what's up?" I didn't.
Yeah, this is like simple comedy things that comedians probably know. I wasn't
aware of because it's not like that.
Wow. Okay.
It's just like we go to the back. "Hey, what's going on?" That's it, and then we go our separate ways. Like it's no hangout.
I never try to pay to go to a comedy club, and if I was even on a show, because I started comedy in Tampa, Florida. Even if I wasn't on the comedy show, I always get free, but I always got free drinks.
And for real?
Yeah, and I never no.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. I was like just humble, like y'all pay.
LA is a little different
and
though.
Tahir was like, no, come on. And then we was talking. He's like, how long you been on comedy? But we started talking. He was like, yo, my birthday show's next week. I usually, because he was the host of that show every Wednesday.
Yeah, I remember.
He was like, but on my birthdays I have 2 shows. He's like, yo, you wanna open one of the shows? I want to give you some stage time. I'm like, you serious? He's like, yeah, dog, you here every week, man. I like that about you. Like, I see you. I'm like, hell yeah. So I showed up the next week early, like, yo, I'm here. He was like, you gonna do the first of the show? I was like, bro, whatever show you want me to do, I'm in.
there. Yeah.
And the other girl he was giving time to was like, I want to do the second show. I was like, I'll do the first one. He's like, all right, I went up. I did pretty good. And he's like, yeah, all right, cool. And I was talking to him and Kev on stage, getting some advice. And I was like, yo, can I go on the road with y'all and be the host? Like, I could do clean comedy. I couldn't, but I just wanted,
You
I don't care.
Shooting the shots.
Yeah, you could glass my shit.
Throwing the balls everywhere.
I don't care.
Throwing the ball.
And Tahir was like, if you could do clean comedy, maybe we could. I'm like, all right, bet. COVID happened 4 days later.
Damn.
So, but it was ever. But that's how I started meeting them people, because anywhere I go, I just gravitate towards people. I got good energy.
Yeah.
Like me, and I'm not one of those people like, man, I ain't gonna ask him that. I'll walk up to anybody, yo, bro, I'm a fan. What's up? Yo.
Yeah.
And they're like, I like this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna get if you just shut up? Like, you ain't gonna get shit. You know
That's
what I mean?
true. That's true.
So I didn't come out here like wondering where to go. I went straight to Chocolate Sundays.
Okay.
Remembered Ron and was like, that's where I'll start. And then I just kept going every single week. And then I started going to Crack 'em Up. And then I started going to D-Ray's show.
Okay.
Going to the spots that I knew, yo, if they see me enough, they'll be like, yo, you want to go up?
Got it.
Because I knew that's how you had to do it. Like, it was about consistency and being present.
Yeah.
Being in the environment.
Everything with comedy is consistency. So yeah, it's like, there's no clear path. Like, you could do that, or you can go to like an open mic, or like, back in the day they would tell you, I don't know if they told you this, but they will tell you, oh, go out to LA, you never know who might be in the audience.
Yeah,
because
like Alex Tomix tells that story. Like, his first time at open mic, he killed and got hired by Will Smith to write on Fresh Prince.
To write for Fresh Prince.
You know how many people come out there thinking there's a Will Smith in the crowd, like hoping they're going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could happen.
It could.
But bro, that's like, have a plan, have a real plan, not that shit.
Yeah, especially with, I think now, social media, because it changes like the whole gambit of like hoping somebody be in the audience, because now you can bring the audience to you. Yeah. Because I know when we first met, and I followed you on Instagram. It was, I don't know how many followers you had. You had like
3,500.
Like 3,500 or something like that.
That was a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was a couple of months ago. And then
it was like the end of summer last year.
It was something like that. And then we started following each other.
About the commercials, how you get booked on commercials.
How you get booked on commercials. Then you asked me about that Laugh Factory Fresh Face thing. Yeah. And how I got that. That's a long story. I went at that open mic that Ron G told you about. Yeah. I did that.
And it changed a lot from since when you did it, but that's how we met, was that conversation.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. But you had like 3,500 followers then.
Yeah, and then now you are like, you're the man. You blew up a little bit on it. And like, how did that happen? Like, what, you put out a video and then you just see it just getting like a good reception, so you put out another one of the same quality, or you like, let me just do.
Really, I got, rest in peace, David Arnold. It came from him. I seen David Arnold shooting the documentary part of his second Netflix special, like The Laugh Factory.
Okay.
And everybody was following him around. He was the fucking star. And I was just like getting captivated by like, and I knew his story because I met him in the bathroom. Like, yo, I'm a big fan. He's washing his hands. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Bro, I'm a fan. I found you on the pandemic. Yo, you got
aggressive, Mike.
He's like, I'm like, I know you're going on tour. You got a feature. I don't care, bro. Like, you ain't never gonna get shit by shutting up. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh man, we in the bathroom, motherfuckers is pissing and shit. We just talking, have a conversation. Yo, come down to the. I'll introduce you to Nichelle at the Crack 'em Up. She'll put you on our stage. He did that. The first day I go, I open the show. Dave Chappelle closes it out.
Oh dang!
So David Arnold, so he ended up becoming like a big brother and a mentor, and it was like super sad for me when I lost him. But when I seen him in the Laugh Factory shooting at the documentary part, I just remember looking like, dude, this dude worked so hard for this, and I was like, bro, I gotta get this, man. And what's some advice? He was like, build your social media. That's the game they're playing. Social media.
He's right.
Because you could be out here waiting forever for someone to be like, hey, you want 10 minutes, and he's like, that comes so far and few in between. That you can control your own narrative, work on your social media. And I didn't want to hear that because I thought like I ain't gonna lie, when I would see a person had a lot of followers getting stage time based off that weren't good, I'm like, this is bullshit.
Yeah,
they keep
yeah,
bombing every night. They only getting up because they got 500,000 followers.
Half a million followers.
And then I realized I was just being a hater. Like, that's not for me. That's for them. Whatever's for me, I'm gonna get. Don't worry about them.
That's true.
So I took that, what he said, especially after he passed away, it really, it hit me there. Y'all really got to start working on this. So I started making videos more consistently. 'Cause I would do them every once in a while. I would like get 1,200 views and be like, oh, that felt good. People were like, yo, you so funny. Then it'd be a week or two before another one. And I would just let work get caught up in all this. And then I start taking it consistently. I made the Timberland video one day just waiting for my daughter after school. Like, I got there too early because I don't know what time she get out of school. Normally, like, I pick her from the after school program. Like, my dad's.
And
like,
what's the Timberland video for the people who don't know?
So basically, I made like a Timberland like buying guide, and I was like, it started out like, yo, for all my people that didn't grow up on the East Coast, or like my single mother is about to go buy a little man a pair of butters, which we call Timberlands. Okay. I'm like, don't buy, like, these are the only acceptable version if you're gonna get them. Don't get these. And I started just like cracking on the other ones, like, yo, these are like, these are like the sex offender boots, like these are, Burlington Coat Factory boots, like just clowning the other ones, because where we from, we wear Timberlands in the summer. New York, Jersey, Pittsburgh, Philly, like Timberlands are like a staple in our, you know what I mean?
Kind of like how Converses are in California.
Vans, Converse out here, like Chucks, like, it's our thing. We wear them with shorts, especially back in the early 90s. Method Man and the rappers, they wearing big cargo shorts, Timberlands, you know what I'm saying? So I made the video just joking around, posted it, not thinking none of it. It did like 200,000 on my Facebook. I didn't even realize it because I don't be on Facebook. Like, it's going crazy on there. I'm not even on there like checking it. And then it went, Funk Flex reposted it on Instagram. Funk Flex.
Oh, from Master Flex?
Yeah.
Damn.
And he hit me like, bro, you funny as hell. This is what we doing. This is all facts. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? And some other dude in Jersey posted it, and it hit like 1 million on his page first. And everybody was like, bro, you funny as hell. But I had already, by the time I posted that, from the time Funk reposted it, was like a week. And I had already done like 5 more videos.
Oh, okay.
Not even knowing that took off. I'm just trying to be consistent. Like they told me to.
Because it didn't take off on your page. It took off on their pages.
On their page. But then they started driving the traffic to my page. And cats like, oh, this dude got mad video. He's funny. And so I remember the dude that posted it from Jersey. I don't even know his name. He runs a sneaker, like he sells sneakers. And he was like, yo, how you going to top the Timberland video? And I was like, I'm not trying to top it. I'm just trying to keep making content that's funny. Because you chase that, you know what I mean, that thing, like, you kind of get pigeonholed into
that guy,
that one person, you know what I mean? And I didn't want to do that. So I was like, I don't know. Then I started thinking about the holidays coming up, because this was the beginning of November. And I was like, yo, if you come to Thanksgiving dinner and you see these beverages like alcohol, understand this is the kind of people that's drinking them. I did like Wild Irish Rose, like OD, like, yo, this mean your cousin Andre at the house. He lived with your grandma in the basement, you know what I'm saying? He put 22s on a Dodge Charger with his PPP loan. Feds might hit the spot, you don't know. I'm saying, like, I'm categorizing these beverages, like, people that drink this do these things. That shit got like 3 million views on Instagram and like 2 million on TikTok.
Damn.
It went to the roof. People was like, yo, you, and then the algorithm was like, yeah, it's your time, bro. And I did a video every single day. Yo, it was like,
they pick you up, the algorithm picked you in to put
like
you in the league.
People say like, yo, I did all this on my own. Like, no one, I don't owe nobody. Nah, bro. This was God, somebody being like, oh, it's your time. You got the talent. It's like, I believe if you are ready for your purpose, that you'll receive the blessings only if you're ready. Now, if that Timberland video went crazy and then people come and I don't have no other videos on my page, guess what?
That's it.
It's 15 seconds of fame. But I was like, no, I got more heat, and I just kept going, and I kept trying to innovate. Like, what can I do next? I started doing colognes, because I collect colognes. I knew people like that. I did that. It went crazy. I did it, bro. I did a video about cars that people in the military drive, because I was in the Army. I'm like, yo, they always, I know it. I was like, this ain't going to do, I only had like 25,000 followers at the time. But I was like, I know this ain't going to go real crazy, because this is a niche, demographic.
People say,
man, that shit got like 700,000 views. All these Army military pages reposted. Yo, fam, I'm in San Diego. Swear to God, I'm in VA. Every nigga around here got a Charger. This is it went crazy. I'm like, oh, and then people were just like giving me so much love that I just stayed consistent. And every day I was posting a video. The only day I didn't post one was Thanksgiving. I went to go feed the homeless at the Laugh Factory.
Oh, you went and did that? Okay.
I felt like, it's going. And then my followers slowed down for like 2 days. I was like, I guess it was bound to happen. And then back up to getting like 3,000 followers a day. after
3,000 a day?
every day, 2,500 to 3,000 on average every day.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, so I kept, and then recently my page got suspended.
Why? Why is that?
Somebody said something funny, and I was like, hey, dog, with all these laughing emojis, and they were like bullying. So like I appealed it, ended up getting it back like 3 days later, and I thought like, oh,
You said you're bullying.
Yeah, they don't know how black people talk.
Yeah.
Yo, you stupid as hell. Yeah. Oh, bullying. Get him out of here, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you crazy as hell, dog. Oh, a crazy dog? Wow, gone. So usually they just like say they
calling
remove
dogs.
it.
Yeah.
They took my whole page. Gone. Finito.
Damn. They just got people hitting buttons, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, yo. So I got it back. I'm like, oh, so I'm typing her LOL, just real light. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then one day I just woke up in a bad mood, and somebody was like, man, you corny as hell, lame ass nigga. I was like, I'll spit in your fucking face. Boom, page gone again. I was like, oh shit. And then I knew some people, and I got it back. You know what I mean? And when I got it back, I was in Pittsburgh visiting. I dropped one video, but was like, man, I'm hanging with my family. I don't got time for social media. Now my shit is just like,
Okay.
The $3,000 a day that I was getting is it's like $500 or $600 a day, which
Okay,
is still good.
Still good. Yeah,
it's still good, but I got spoiled by waking up, and like I was getting like 20,000 of followers in a week.
Damn.
I'm at 147 today, like right now. I was getting like 20,000 a week. It took me 6 days to get from 100,000 to 120,000.
Damn.
6 days, and I was used to that. So when it went down to
500 a day.
damn son, this is crazy. So
that's good though, man.
But I'm still appreciating it. I still make content every day.
Okay.
Because I know that once you
can use that though.
I got out of the algorithm by going home and not posting for 3 days, and my page had just got suspended. So
yeah,
all that happened and kind of like took me out of the algorithm. But I don't care. I'm happy with what I got, and I'm not doing it for. I mean, I am trying to get followers, but
yeah, but you want to do comedy,
yeah, but
so
I'm not
you can
gonna be
use
like,
that.
yeah,
to
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna be like, well, they're not showing my page to a bunch of people no more, so I'm doing post, back once a week. I'm not doing that.
No,
posting every day because you never know what might take off. But that's what I use to. Now people I got booked for a show out here because of that.
I know.
Arnold said, use your social media
to get where you want.
To you. What I'm getting now, I never would have got in this amount of time by just being funny on stage.
No, you're right. Because I tell people all the time, because I don't know, you probably get these DMs too, like, oh, how long you been doing comedy? What do you got to do comedy? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, honestly, if it's 7 billion people on this planet, if you can just find 10,000 to 15,000 people going to find you, just like loyal fans that just rock with you, then you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere and do it because they'll pay to come see you. And that's all these comedy clubs really want. Sometimes they don't even really care about who they putting on stage.
No, they know you got a following.
They know you got a following because then they make money because they look at it like a business. They're not looking at it like an art.
I say show first, and then business second.
Yeah,
for them it's business and then show because
and then show.
Bro, you see, go to LA, all these comedy clubs, they'll put anybody up. They put them on that marquee. The tickets are gone.
They're gone.
They're gone. You know what I'm saying?
And they're gone because they probably got like social media, man. So no, that's dope though, man, that you was able to grow it like that though.
And you know what I like, we were talking about this one day at Ruby Tuesdays. It was a bunch of us sitting around, me, Tony Rock, Rico, John Grimes. It was a bunch of us, and we were talking, and we were like, sometimes the following on social media don't translate to ticket sales.
They don't.
And we were just talking, and just so happens that the second show on Tuesday was the headliner. Well, it wasn't really a headliner because they don't do that, but the person who was going to be closing the show out was Matt Rife. Now he got like almost 8 million fans on TikTok and then another million on Instagram. The show was like carrying over, like the first show was carrying over a little bit later. Mm-hmm. The whole lounge where all the comics hang out at the Laugh Factory was full of people that just came to see Matt. He's one of them people that the following transferred to the ticket sales. He's touring all over as a headliner.
Wow, okay.
And people are like, he's selling out like every single show. I bet he's in theaters by summertime.
Matt Rife?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and I seen him one time at D-Ray show, and he was funny. And I remember he cooked some black chick that was like kept cutting him off because he's like the white dude at the black night on the Improv, and she was like, it's the audacity for me. He was like, nah, it's the I got paid to be here. You didn't. Shut your ass up. And everyone started going crazy. I'm like, oh shit, like, white dude checking the black chick at the D-Ray night, and it went well for him. But I'm like, oh, he's funny as hell. So I'm telling you, he's gonna be taking off.
Matt.
I see his trajectory going kind of like how Andrew Schultz did.
Yeah, and he has that look too.
And he has the perfect look. You know what I'm saying? He could be in movies, commercials, TV. He can model. You know what I'm saying? He's in shape, but he's doing it. But that's one person that we saw, and we were just talking about like the ticket sales might not translate, and we look up. And it's,
but he's also funny though.
Yeah, so he's definitely funny too. I don't want to take that away from him, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes a person like, I got 10 million followers on Instagram, and then you put their name on a marquee, and it's crickets.
Yeah, because it's like 15-year-olds following them.
Yeah, you're like, well, we don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't care.
You
know what I mean? But he's one of them people that's like, oh, when I come, if you build it, they'll come. He's one. Like, he built that following, and when I seen it, I was like, oh. And I just played a game. I'm making contact because you know what, bro? Mm-hmm. My man Rico told me this, and I said, as funny as I am and as much love as I get on social media for those videos, I want the same love when I get on stage. And it was a point where I just didn't have the confidence because I wasn't getting real good shows. Like, I'm at these shows where it's mostly comics. They ain't listening. You know what I mean? So I'm telling jokes that I think should be killing. I'm getting a couple of laughs. I'm like, I ain't getting the laughs I want. So it started to make me doubt myself. And he was like, bro, you know, keep working on it. He was like, but you probably can accomplish more with your videos on social media in a faster time than you could by just being on stage. And I'm like, no, I need to have both, because the only reason I'm doing social media
is to get on stage. Yeah.
Like, if I did all this and couldn't get on stage, there wouldn't be nothing. But it does feel good to see 1,000 comments where people are like, yo, you so funny. Yo, I'm going through something. I got a dude right now in jail in a California state prison DM me like, bro, you funny, you make my day, my time flying because of you. Every day you post. I'm like, yo. So that means a lot. It feels good. And I just want to be able to do that on stage too. And so that's the goal, is to use the social media to get me booked to get on stage. So if I can do both and balance it to where I'm, you know what I mean? Because at some point the social media suffers or the stage suffers. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you ain't getting really a lot of stage time, but social media is going crazy, you focus more on that than writing better jokes or going to mics. But if you're going crazy on the stage, imagine you selling out 6 shows every weekend. You're like, bro, I don't got time to make a Timberland video. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm touring, and then social media follows like, bro, he miss you on the gram. So you just try to find a balance
with it. But you know, that's what Kevin Hart and like Dane Cook did. Like, Kevin Hart was like one of the first people to get on social media and to use like Twitter and all these people to tap into fans and
Dane Cook
get there.
used MySpace.
Dane Cook used MySpace
because his best friend is the one who started it.
Oh, so I didn't even know that.
Like, I don't know if it's his best friend, but they're real close.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, and he utilized that
MySpace.
And Kev said he learned that from Dane. He's like, how did you build your following? He was like, he built the email list, but he used social media. So Kev used Twitter.
See, there you go.
We would go in like barbershops, malls, pass out flyers the day of the show. He's like, then once I hit 10,000 followers on Twitter, he said this in his audiobook, he was like, I could send one tweet out that would do way more justice than us walking around the city all day passing out flyers.
Yeah.
He's like, so I started utilizing, he's like, I created an email list and I'll hit people up, hey, he's like, and then maybe we sell out, 4 shows out of the 5.
Yeah.
And the next time we sell it all 5. The next time we're adding shows.
And that's just finding your people.
Yeah, and I reply to every single DM I get. Almost every comment the first day. Like, if I post a video right now,
the comments are a little bit hard too, because you get like 352,000.
My videos be like, if I get a video that does less than like 250 comments in the first hour, I know it's not doing well. But I mean, I don't even. I'm not even saying it like to sound. It's analytical. So I'm looking at everything I get. The first hour goes by. I'm like, how many views did I get? If I have 20,000 at this point in my following, if I have 20,000 views in the first hour, it's likely to go and crack 100 by the end of the day. But what started happening was, the more followers I got, the first 2 hours, 50,000 views. Then at the end of the day, be like 74,000. You're like, hit 50,000 in 2 hours, and then only 25 more 10 hours later. Yeah, like, because the algorithm's just not showing it to as many people. And my dashboard on my Instagram tells me, like, the month I went crazy, I reached 3.8 million accounts, and then now it's at like 3 million.
Got it. Okay.
800,000.
It's not showing enough eyes to it.
It's not showing enough eyes, and even though people are sharing it, but I look at everything as a metric to gauge it. I got from Kevin on stage. Pay attention to everything so you can tweak, so you can utilize it. I got an email list now. I collect those so that when you coming to Detroit, yo,
you have at least 10, 15, 20 people on a list. Like,
text this number, it'll ask you for your email and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I'll send you out to go to my website. Yeah. MediaMikeMurphy.com. The tickets, the dates are on there, everything.
And how you hit up the comedy clubs? You just call them like, look, I got people that's gonna come, or I'm just who I am.
So another comedian from Pennsylvania, from Philly, Clint Coley.
Okay.
I reached out to him because he's somebody I respect, and I asked him. He sent me his email list for the bookers for comedy clubs.
Oh, okay.
So you can reach out. Hey, this is, I got a lot of people from your city asking this. Because I didn't know how to get booked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was used to being.
And a lot of people don't. Nobody tells you how to do any of this stuff.
I thought the path was do mics, get good, do shows around LA or New York, wherever city you're in, get good. Then someone sees you and say, hey, you want to feature with me and go on the road. Then you feature
it sounds like
someone.
A TV show. Yeah.
Oceans with Dion Cole.
Yeah.
Trey Elliott with Tony Rock.
Yeah.
Gary Owen got my boy T-Row. Everyone has a feature. So I thought, like, you go with them, you feature for, maybe 2 years, 3 years. Build your audience up. Then you start getting like one-nighters.
And then go from there. Which you could do that, though. You could do that path.
That was like that. That's the path you had to do.
That's the only one.
Social media.
Yeah.
They don't care. You could be horrible and still get booked because they be like, yo, this dude sold out all 6 shows in 1 week. Like, we put the tickets up and in a week they were all gone for 6 shows. They don't care if you do bad.
No,
they got their money.
They made their money.
Yeah, so I got the list. So now once I started gaining my email list for people saying, yo, I'm in this city and city, then I start reaching out to bookers like, hey, can I get a one night? You know what I mean? Do a door deal so they don't lose money. Because sometimes they only want to do door deals when you're, super big.
Yeah.
Because they know they can make a lot more money. When you're new, they want to just pay you a flat. But if they're not trusting you yet, giving you $2,500 for a weekend, not knowing if they'll even make that back, is a gamble. But if you say, let's do a door deal, and do a 50-50 split, all they got to do is pay for their staff. They're going to make their money on their
door
2
deal.
items.
Okay.
They're going to make their money on the rest of the
2 drink
ticket
minimums,
sales. So they're willing to do maybe a 50-50 door deal with you if they don't know what you could do for a one-nighter. Let's say the venue holds 350 and you sell 300 tickets.
Yeah.
And they're $20 or $25. Well, I don't know what that number is.
But they're good,
They made their money.
Yeah.
And they're going to get the bar and the food.
Yeah.
They're like, this was a win for us. Even if you sell 200 tickets, they're like, okay, they might not bring you right back.
Yeah.
But they're like, we didn't lose. So that's how you go about, I guess, starting to get them one-nighters and then grow from there. I'm learning it, bro. It's all new to me, man. It's just like, I ain't going to sit here and talk like I'm a pro. This shit all happened real fast, like you said.
Yeah.
And hit me like I had to learn quick.
And people keep learning. We keep learning it as we go along, man. You never stop learning it when it comes to comedy. So, like I said, this has been like this is a great podcast. I appreciate you for coming out.
I appreciate you having me, bro.
Let me ask you this, because I just want to know, because you said when you started studying comedy, looking at comedy, this might be a hard question because this is always hard for me.
All
right. Who are your top five comedians?
I got 2 lists.
All right.
Because I like smart comedy that's not like,
okay,
they call it low hanging fruit, and you tell like
it's not easy to see the punchline.
When you got to really think. So in that list, and I got a caveat. Well, I'll give you the caveat at the end. But my list 5 is Chappelle 1,
okay,
Bill Burr 2, Chris Rock 3, David Arnold 4, Kevin Hart 5.
Okay.
Now the other list, and you probably think it's like, what about Eddie Murphy, all that? The only reason I'm not saying them people is because I didn't grow up listening to them. Like, there's not like rappers now don't like Jay-Z or Nas. Like,
they didn't grow up.
This generation, there's no ties emotionally. It's like, I remember growing up watching these dudes being like, oh, in the moment. Like Eddie, he even did comedy specials since I was 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like his movies and all that, and I know he's good, but it's not the same. Ties as like when I remember Chappelle dropping this or Kev dropping this.
Yeah.
Or Chris don't. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying he's not one of the best. It's just I didn't grow
for
up in
you.
that era.
Who was your
And then I have a list where it's just like makes me laugh, like tears in my eyes. Now that list is different.
Okay.
Chappelle's still number 1, Bill's still 2, but then it's Cat Williams.
Wake up.
I not like Cat Williams.
Okay.
Tony Rock, and my 5th one I would probably say. Damn, that's hard. The 5th one. Bernie Mac.
Oh, Bernie Mac. Okay.
Bernie Mac. I'm tripping. Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac is probably right under Dave Chappelle. He's before Burr on just making you laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's so Chappelle, Bernie Mac, Burr, Cat Williams, and Tony Rock.
Okay. I know for me, like, I don't know, when I was in school and like when Tupac, this is off subject, but it comes back around. When Tupac got killed, I was like, damn, let me buy this guy's album. So I bought like All Eyes on Me, and it was so good that I went back and bought all his previous stuff.
Yeah.
Like stuff I was like 5 years old when it came out.
Yeah.
So with stand-up comedy, when I started like watching stand-up comedy, wanted to do comedy and stuff like that, even though I know we're in the era of like Dave Chappelle, a little bit of Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock,
Yeah.
I went back and I watched like Robin Harris and Lenny Bruce and Rodney Dangerfield
George Carlin.
and George Carlin.
Yo.
Yeah, and Robin Harris. And I think he's definitely in my top 5.
I love all them dudes, like, you know, all them dudes from George Carlin, all them. I love listening to them. Like, it's good. It's just like I resonate more because most of the stuff now, besides Pryor, a lot of stuff he talked about is still relevant.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
he talked about social stuff. You know, same with Carlin. But a lot of that stuff that they're talking about is
kind of dated a little.
Dated to that time frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So it doesn't resonate maybe the same as Chappelle talking about like the trans movement and all that. Like
for
us, we're living through that. Black Lives Matter. We're going through that. The Me Too movement. That's all stuff that's current right now. They were like, bro, that's crazy. Because I remember when that happened.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how old you are now, but when like OJ, I was 10 when the OJ trial happened, right? I remember that trial being on every day. My parents watching it. Like, it was crazy. If you talk to somebody who was born in 2000 and you're telling OJ shit, they're like, oh, okay, I heard what he did. You're like, nah, bro.
They can't resonate
like,
with
bro,
that.
They turned off the NBA Finals to broadcast the police chase.
Yeah.
For OJ, the NBA Finals, bro, one of the biggest businesses in the country, they cut it off to show you the chase. A kid born in 2000 and be like,
have no concept.
So to them, it's not the same as to us, where we're like, bro, that OJ shit was wild. You hear an OJ joke, you like, yo.
But that's good that you know as a comedian when to stop doing stuff that won't be relevant.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Do timeless stuff, material.
Yeah. Because people might still. I think one time, like maybe 2 months ago, I heard somebody make a Bill Clinton joke, and I'm like,
you like, bro, that's not.
yeah.
Those are things where you can only do them in certain rooms.
Yeah.
Like I do have jokes. I have a joke where I talk about the gangs in LA. I only do it when I see niggas that I know are in gangs. Gang-ish in the crowd, and then I go right to that joke. But I know that I can't be like, this is part of my hour or whatever. Like, no, this is not part. It's just something that's a niche little thing. Do this because I see the audience.
Yeah.
Like I remember when T.I. first started doing comedy, he was telling a joke about like him and his wife. He didn't want to leave her because he didn't want to lose his spades partner.
He was telling jokes. Oh, just playing. Because that's all. Like,
so he did it at the Laugh Factory. But it was like a white audience, and they don't spades to white people ain't the same as it is to black people.
Yeah, I know.
So somebody got in his ear and was like, "Yo, you got to say this is sort of like y'all playing like gin rummy." So the analogy for them to get how significant you're to understand. But you don't want to have to do that with all your jokes. Like, oh, I'm telling you a joke, but it's like this for you.
Yeah.
You just want to tell something that they're like, yo, I get it. That's why if you tell family jokes,
universal
wife jokes, everyone gets that. We all, you know, oh, the wife is this, my kids are this. Everyone gets that. And that's why Kevin Hart can be successful forever because he's talking about his family. He's talking about stuff that we all go through. That's why I think my videos, when I told them liquor videos, everybody like, nigga, you know my family, bro. That's my Uncle Larry right there. Him and his wife be fighting. Once I realized relatability on top of being funny, the connection, I do a thing, bro, where in the videos I use cultural references sometimes. Yeah. And like punchlines like a rapper does. But I only say stuff and then young people don't get it, but I don't care because I want my audience to be
they can feel that connection because like, oh, I get it. I get what you're saying.
So I'll say something and be like, and they'll be like, oh, that's crazy. Remember that? Like, that's wild. Like, and it triggers emotions from a child. If I bring up something that is from your childhood that was good to you, you're like, yo, that was a good day. I did a video about Nextels. And I told a story basically like, yo, the indictments came in droves with these. All the street dudes that was like, yo, all my niggas went to jail because we was talking on the Nextels crazy. Like, bro, what a time to be alive. I brought up the Incredible Hulk, the Hennessy and Hypnotic. Yeah. Bro, that was when Nuck If You Buck. Yo, that was so... All it's doing is making you think about the good times, and you're like, yo, bro, that was crazy. Because right now we're talking, this is real time. Yeah. And 10 years from now, like, bro, remember we did the first podcast, and you were just like, yo, that shit was crazy. We was out for the Super Bowl. It'll be way better in 10 years than it is right now because it's a memory, and memories are better than the current. You don't appreciate them until they're memories.
That's true.
You could go through some fucked up shit. I bet there's people that survived the Holocaust like, man, remember that crazy them nigga dogs almost bit us when we got out of there? Like, the Holocaust
you know, black
ain't
people
funny
got
at
those
all.
jokes.
But dude thinking about like, nigga, that shit was, I was in Iraq, bro. We're getting bombed. I'm like, yo, bro, remember that time? He's like, bro, that shit was crazy. We laughing at it now. At the time, it was like, get us the fuck out of here. Like, there wasn't nothing funny about it. But now
you can look back.
It's good. So when you talk about stuff that's relatable, family, something you can resonate with, man, you can share it with anybody. And I take out I don't cuss them in none of my videos or say nigga no more.
Okay.
Because I'm so light that they was like, can he say nigga? Like, it was becoming more of it was taken away from the comedy.
Oh, really? That's crazy. People are like, I'm pretty sure if you saying it in the thing.
Bro, I'm like, people like, yo, anybody can just say the N-word now? I'm like, what race do you think I am, bro? I wouldn't even be offended if there's like, are you Puerto Rican? Because remember they was giving Fat Joe shit about saying nigga? Yeah. I can understand if you thought I was Puerto Rican.
People really look at you and say,
bro, they think I'm, like, you think I'm a white, like a Trump, like a January 6th, like, yeah, nigga,
you put on the right hat, you can though.
Yo, I swear to God, listen, that's when I tell the joke about what I told you about the haha about them boo. Yeah. I say like, yeah, I don't know if I put on some Oakleys and a camouflage hat, it do kind of look like January 6th. And I make the joke, but people like, if I'm on just saying nigga just willy nilly, your critical thinking skills got to be like, he's not that crazy. Like, he got to be something. Yeah. He got to be black. Something. That's what like, black people ain't just your color or just her color. Like, they're coming a bunch of colors. There's people from South Africa that look white. They're black. They're from Africa. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, niggas is more racist than white people. They hate niggas and white people. Like, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't black enough for a black person, oh, fuck out of here, white boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy.
It's just wild. And I grew up with that for a while. Like, white people, I'm a nigga to them. Get pulled over, I could definitely be a hashtag. Yeah. But to black people that don't know me, they're like, nah, you ain't black enough. It's a fucked up thing that, you know what I mean?
That's great. But you know, comments can be crazy.
Trials of biracial dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be your book, dude. That should be your book. I came out with a comedy special, man, and I tell you, man, the amount of people saying I look like Leslie Jones is like.
I seen you said I read the comments, and you
you
posted the comments, and you're like, when did Leslie Jones get funny? Dog. And
I take it.
That's funniest, bro. Don't never read the comments. I'm telling you right now. That's why my page got taken down because I'm reading the comments.
You get mad? Nah, I don't get mad anymore. I laugh, man, because they don't know you. Especially, I don't even respect the people. I don't respect the people who don't even have enough courage to put up a real picture.
Oh, that's crazy too.
So they don't have a real picture. I don't even take them. I definitely don't take them serious.
But you know this because we're both comedians. Yeah. But we could be on stage, right?
Yeah.
Let's say the Laugh Factory. I think there's a whole like 175 people or something, right? You can have 174 people in stitches. There's one dude like this.
Oh yeah,
like, yo, why the fuck you ain't laughing, nigga? You don't even care that you're tearing the house down. Yeah. Like, bro, uncross your fucking arms and laugh, dog. Like, what's wrong with you? So
he's on killing Instagram, your energy. Yeah.
I have 1,200 comments. 1,199. I'm like, yo, you the funniest motherfucker on the gram right now. I want to do like this nigga corny. You're like, man, suck, man. You start going crazy. You start getting. I be ready to violate because I'm a dude from the streets. I be like, yo, who you talking to, son? Where you stay at? Like, and I just forget, like, yo, this is the part that come with it.
Part of it. Yeah.
I can't imagine what Kev and them go through. I be seeing celebrity comments.
Yeah, that's
this nigga weak as hell. This nigga ain't funny. Lame ass nigga, corny as hell.
Yeah,
same old shit. You be like, bro, this nigga is crazy successful.
And you never seen him. I hate when people say, "Oh, this dude ain't funny." This dude, like, if you never seen the person funny in person, you can't really say that. What you see on TV is like watered down, watered down, and stuff like that. Like when you see somebody in person,
because you got to play the network game. Like, oh, you got to take that out. Like Andrew Schultz was saying, I think it was Netflix. Was supposed to buy his special, and he was like, "We want you to cut out these Holocaust jokes." He's like, "No." Or abortion jokes, whatever it was. And he was like, I'm not taking out nothing.
Yeah, he put it on YouTube.
I'll buy it back, put it on like
he put it on YouTube.
Memo House or something, some place where he sold it first. And he said he made like 4 times what it cost him to produce it, and then he put it on YouTube, and he's probably monetizing off that too.
Yeah.
But basically, he took the risk on himself because they wanted to. If we would have got the Andrew Schultz special that Netflix wanted, it wouldn't have been the great one that he just put out because they wanted to. So you see it on TV, like, this is whack. Well, nah, they probably told him cut this out, dial this back, take this word out, say this instead. You know what I mean?
I seen this special. It was good. It was good. Also, there's another person on YouTube who put their special on YouTube. Shane Gillis.
Oh, I'm not familiar with him.
He was supposed to get SNL, but he didn't get it. Long story. But I saw his special on YouTube. You gotta check it out. Good. Check it out and then tell me what you think.
Ali Sadiq's is crazy too.
Really?
On YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check out his.
And the other person I want to see is Byron Bowers. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
But he said it's like under his name for some like legal reasons they couldn't put like the name of this. I don't know. I saw him at the Laugh Factory when we were talking about it. But there's like I want to check it out. Sometimes you just get so caught up you forget like, oh, I gotta see this dude special. But yeah, sometimes if you can bet on yourself, like you said, let's go back where you said social media dictates it. You don't have to wait for someone to come. You could bring the audience to you.
Yeah.
If just imagine right now, I got 147,000 followers. I know some of them probably are bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, like I didn't pay for no followers or nothing like that. This is all organic. But let's just say
you get 5.
10%.
10%, yeah.
14,000 of those people are like, yo, I'll pay for your special, and you charge them $15.
That's it.
Bro, what? 10% of my following pays $15, and I can really probably be like, I need 20, bro. I'm out here trying to make it.
Yeah.
20. I don't know what that number is, bro, but 20 times 15,000 is more than 15,000. I know.
I was trying to add it too, but I don't want to think about it. It's something crazy. It's Saturday, like,
you know what I'm saying? It's something crazy.
I'm not trying to carry the zero
and
right
Kev
now.
on stage said it's better to have 10,000 loyal following fans than have 1 million followers who don't support you. If you say y'all got merch, I'm selling t-shirts for $10, and you got 1 million followers, and you can't sell 1,000 of them, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Some people get caught up, y'all got 1 million followers. You're like, yeah, but you put out stuff, your videos got 10,000 views. Well, when I had 50,000 followers, my videos were averaging 500,000 views. Like, legit. Like,
so organic,
I'm like, this is crazy. I wasn't paying for no ads or nothing. People was like, yo, how much you pay for ads, bro? I'm like, I don't pay for no ads. Like, I'm not even allowed to monetize on Instagram because I got too many community guideline violations.
So they won't let you monetize?
They don't let you monetize,
they did that
or
shit
they don't let
purpose.
you use ads because essentially that's helping grow. So they're like, you dead right now. Till the 27th of this month, I'm dead in these streets making any money on Instagram.
Wow.
But people thought
they did that to you
because the shit went so crazy that people thought you got to be
monetizing.
I mean, like paying for ads to pump it out.
Yeah.
Or he bought followers, and I'm like,
nah,
nigga, I'm from the streets. I can't even my pride won't even let me be like, yo, how many 10,000? How much is that gonna cost? What? Nah, I'd rather buy a woman than followers. Like, because I can see that happening. Like, what? Followers? Like, so, but my shit was organic, and that's what I like. But I would tell you, when the ads come back, oh, nigga, I'm using them now because I got the traction. I need to keep going. I don't care what you think now. I organically got 100,
build them
almost
up.
150. Once I can pay for ads, I'm doing that to get my shit to reach
back
it
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. But that's the game, bro.
That's the game.
That's the game.
Corner Store Podcast, man. So I had a good time, Mike.
Yo, this was fun as hell.
All right.
I probably talked a lot more than, but I was excited,
good.
bro. Like, I ain't did a podcast and I got like good shit.
It was good. And I appreciate you coming by and doing it, man. And Super Bowl, we out here in Phoenix.
Super Bowl.
Crazy times.
I want to say this before we go, bro. Like,
okay.
Even though this show is at the Chicken and Waffle spot, right?
Yeah.
I'm headlining in Phoenix for the Super Bowl. Like, the flyer says the big bowl weekend, and I know Kevin Hart is down the street, performing. I'm like, yo, I know y'all niggas couldn't get tickets, so y'all coming to my shit, but I'm gonna give you the funny for free. That's monumental to me. Be like, what did you do for the Super Bowl last year? Oh, I headlined the show.
No. And you got that from being you, putting out the product, funny. The content, social media, and being funny.
And I'd be misleading with it, like, yeah, I'm doing a show for the Super Bowl. Like, niggas think the NFL like booked me for the show because it's like
you let them go around thinking
because it's like vague, like I'm performing in Phoenix for the Super Bowl, which technically I am.
Yeah, you not lying.
But I didn't say the NFL hired me. but it's like one of those things. And I tell people like, yeah, I open for Chappelle. They're like, oh, for real? Chappelle didn't reach out like, I want you to open, nigga. I opened because the host, Rail Battle, was late, and the show was like, can you please start the show? The host is late. Don't come down till I light you. I'm like, all right, then Chappelle dropped in. So I'll be like, yeah, open for Chappelle.
It's necessary. It's technically true.
It's technically true.
Yeah.
But this is in a game. In this game,
it's part of the game, though.
You have to, it's like you have to kind of, without completely lying, you got to fluff
it.
Joe Coy made up a whole fake resume to get on Comic View, saying he performed at all these places. He had never been on stage for any real show outside of like open mics, and that's how he got on Comic View and then started to go because he made a fake resume.
Because once you get the opportunity, as long as you just show that you're funny, everything else falls into place. Because they just want to know that you're funny, but you got to get there, and it's hard to get there when you got like 1,000 people buying for 5 spots. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like when you say you had a daughter, dude, like I put my daughter in the comedy camp at the Laugh Factory in the summertime just so I can go. I didn't force her, people. She wanted to do it too, but
I was like human trafficking. Yeah. Like, I got a kid for you. You give me stage time. Here, baby,
they had the kids during the summer. The kids go out there. The kids say jokes. They give them like positive encouragement. But they had Jamie Masada was there every Saturday. Paying attention. And I got to walk up to him and talk to him. Tiffany Haddish came one time. I think Kevin Hart, Josh Wolf, Matt Rife. all those people came and like talked to the kids, and then you get a chance to just meet them.
Oh, she'll never forget that.
Yeah, she won't forget
I
that.
put my daughter in videos and I'm cracking on her, and I'm like, you want to be a famous YouTuber? I'm giving you all the shine you want. Like I got paid to do a promo for a hair care, like a black hair care company.
Oh, dope! They reached out to you through
Yeah,
Instagram.
they reached out and they paid me to do a promo, but I make all the videos funny. Like I don't just be like, hey, this company does.
Yeah.
I'm making them funny like my videos, so they want it. But she had like this big fro one day. She came in my house and I took the picture like while she wasn't looking, and she looked like me when I was a kid. And I used that as the cover, the thumbnail of the Instagram thing. Was like, yeah, my daughter been walking around looking like Sideshow Bob for the last 2 weeks. Then I reached out to this company and got the products now.
Oh, you
and I made the
blended it
joke
in.
funny. But she's like, now when she goes to school, the company's called 1212. And she goes to school, they're like, what up, 1212? Because her teachers follow me on Instagram.
Oh,
like,
wow.
your dad's so funny. She'd be like, I block him, don't this? She'd be so embarrassed. I'm going to her school to speak on career day to be like, yeah, I'm an actor and a comedian. Well, comedian and an actor, and this is what I do. But she'd be so, they calling her 1212. They're like, yo, you funny as hell. Her video, she had some Shaquille O'Neal's on. And I made fun saying, like, nah, I had to get her some Jordans back in the day.
Yeah.
That video got like 6 million views.
Wow.
So everyone see her be like, oh, you the one with the Shaq shoes on. She's like, shut up.
You blowing up, man. You
So
blowing up.
yeah, so I put my daughter in it because give her a little shine.
Good deal.
I'm glad. Thanks for having me again, bro.
That's it, man. Mike Murphy, man. Comedy Store Podcast.
You said Comedy Store Podcast.
Shit. I meant
Corner.
we're gonna
Store.
edit that out. Corner Store. I'm so used to saying Comedy Store.
Yeah, look, it's one of those. It's like a